Okay, Dorian Gray, this is the 2009 version with Colin Firth, is based upon the Oscar Wilde story, which of course I've never read, but I do know the basic idea behind it. You have a young, handsome man who kind of sells his soul to have a picture of himself age while he himself stays young and beautiful and vibrant. And you have a lot of that in this movie. I mean, that part happens in about the first like 20 minutes. I'm not sure if it's actually inadvertent in the book, but in the movie version, it's kind of like, would you sell your soul for that? Oh yeah. And next thing you know, he is kind of an immortal, but at the same time, during this process, he goes from being kind of a nice person to a less than nice person. Colin Firth essentially almost plays a character, what I'll just call the devil for lack of better terminology, where he's like, yeah, you don't want to get married, you don't want to get tied down, you want to go out and enjoy everything life has to offer, including cigarettes, gin, opium. In some cases, there is a scene where they hint at a bisexual orgy. So as you can tell, it's essentially slaking every single thirst a man could possibly have. Of course, the process of doing this, everyone else is getting older and aging, and he just looks gorgeous. It's not until about 25 years later where all of a sudden it hits him, hey, you know what, this is great and all, but I can tell I've kind of wasted my life. And by that time, so much has already happened, he's kind of tossed away a lot of his life. It's not until then people actually realize, hey, you know what? It's his picture. It does have some thriller elements and some horror elements to it, but I can safely say, not a bad movie. If you can sit through a movie kind of like The Devil's Advocate, you can get through this. If The Devil's Advocate and The Selling of Your Soul and the weird nudity and small amounts of mutilation that happen, very light amounts, but this is somebody who is living their life to the fullest extent that you possibly can. Getting into fistfights, like I said, opium, drinking, women, just whole 9 yards. I don't know if that's the way it is in the book, but this one was actually, I go, pretty up there.